Livestream. We are experimenting with something doing a little different in today's video. I am experimenting with YouTube's vertical format. So our friend Teresa here on YouTube had asked us the question in regards to our steampunk gear earring tutorial, how could you create this design around a bead? And so what I'm doing here is this is the wire wrap that we're going to be doing, where it has, this is it with a bead. Well, hey, Brooke. So we're doing an experiment again with seeing if YouTube does a better rate of notifications, or we're just gonna gauge and see how the live stream does in the vertical to YouTube with it just being like a single stream. And honestly, a long time no see. I know it's been ages. What have you been up to? We just saw each other like 5 minutes ago, so. But so we aren't streaming to Kick yet. We're just here on YouTube right now. So, but it reminds me of like the good old days of not having to juggle a bunch of different cameras and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. Like, I'm having fun today. Hey Latni, hey Kathy, hey Krishna, how are y'all doing? Oh, I've just been melting beads. What? Tell me more, please. So for these earrings, I'm going to be using 18 gauge. I'm going to be using 7 inches. And we'll want 2 lengths of it. And so what I'm actually making here can be used as the same earring here. Oh, Robin says I got my notification from YouTube. Fantastic. Is that pretty standard? Like, do they usually do that? Because I'm always surprised when I get a notification. But yeah, so these were the earrings that we made actually just in the past hour over on our TikTok live stream that I had a lot of fun getting to craft with y'all. But I had the idea that I was like, how would these look like as part of a necklace chain? Like, does that not look awesome? And also like I just want to use this motif everywhere now. So I'm going to show you guys how to make that link, because I want to make one to go around a crystal, because I'm very interested in how would I attach it to the crystal, because this is an undrilled crystal. So I'm really, let's see. Hey Pinky, video is very clear and YouTube just gave me the notification, right? And that was another thing. We did our very first TikTok live stream on Tuesday using this phone, and the quality difference between what we were experiencing via OBS, so dual streaming through our computer, versus just what we were able to do on our phone. I don't know. This is pretty crispy. So, and I kind of feel like, I just gotta be extra aware of my beard hairs and stuff. But other than that, that's the point. Speaking of which, we're gonna get this flipped around so that y'all can see what we're working on. And I gotta make sure to plug it back in, because we don't want our device to die. So yeah, it was our friend Teresa Fowler who had asked this question initially. And this is actually, I have it pulled up right here. This is the original, the tutorial. And then this is how I made it with a bead. And you could totally do it with a round bead and not have it be spinny like that. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So if you guys are interested, that's that. But she had asked, how could you create the design around a bead? Well, to do that, we're going to cut 2 7-inch lengths. And if you're using a very large bead or a very large gear, you'd want to increase the amount of, oh, there we go. Sorry, just a sec. I am getting the live stream pulled up so I can see y'all's comments on the computer. If y'all want to tickle the like button, that would make my day. It just, well, I mean, of course, if you're liking the video. If you don't like it, be sure to thumbs down it. We still appreciate the engagement. But it just lets YouTube know that you like what you're seeing. That way, hopefully, they'll show you more. Summer market, darn fingers. New earring tutorial for the new summer farmers market. Yes. Oh, I understand, Kathy. You know, Brooke, Brooke asks, are you going to do a dedicated tutorial for this or just the live streams? I think we'll do a tutorial on how to do it as a crystal wrap because that'll cover how to do it as an earring. What's up, baby?
Here's a fun thing.
What's a fun thing?
This is what it looks like.
Uh-huh.
How do you get to the like?
I don't know.
It's right here.
Ah, that's a terrible spot for it.
It is.
Wow. Wow.
But yeah, because it took me till now
Oh,
to figure out how to get to the like. Because I was
Gotcha.
like,
could I send you on a quest, fair husband of mine?
coffee related.
It is 100% coffee related. Quick, Bard, I need a mana potion.
Can't handle my potions, traveler.
Oh no.
What?
Well, I moved the clamp on my tripod.
Oh, yeah, no, that's bad.
Okay. This is the first time I've sat down in like an hour. I love the standing desk, but then I'll be like, my feet hurt. Hey, Anika. So we were experimenting. Hey, Sam. I'm here. Motivate me. Tell me more about your beads. Like, would the first project that you make, Sam, would that be something for yourself or something for a loved one? Like, is there something in your house that could use craftified? Or have you had any pretty rocks that you found that you'd like to wrap and turn into a sun catcher? Anika, we're experimenting with some different ways of live streaming today. So we just spent the last hour over on the TikTok live streaming over there because what we were trying, oh, Brooke, I really appreciate that. She says, if you guys ever want help with OBS stuff, I've used it for like 10 years at this point. I don't know everything, of course, but I've done a lot. I will certainly keep that in mind. OBS is one of those things that I know so little about it. I don't even know what to ask, So it's like a lot of it is just like, how do I make it not be crappy? And a lot of that is my cameras are pretty crappy. So it is what it is. But we were using OBS and I was going to try to do a watch along of like streaming to TikTok on my phone, which has the good camera that's all crispy, like how we all like. Because I don't know about you, but I like being able to see what's happening in a video. But it kept cutting in and out. Oh, Brooke. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. And so we were just going to use OBS. Randy had pulled up a Chrome browser. That way it was capturing that, but the clip kept clipping in and out. So we didn't really know what to do. So we just closed down the Kick live stream and then just streamed to TikTok for an hour. Okay, so what did I learn from the last one? From the last one, I learned we just do 2 or 3 wraps to start. We're going to scooch it over to the side, and we're going to stack this here like this. And then we're going to go like 1, 2, and then we're going to make sure that these are nice and parallel. We want easy access of being able to get in between them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And if you're like me and have a crampy hand, ooh, Sam says, I have an aquamarine, my dad's birthstone. Oh, Sam. Well, that might be just the thing. Is it drilled or is it in cabochon? Or you can totally use a ring clamp to hold your work. That way your hand can be more or less relaxed. 2 around both. Drilled, awesome. It might actually work with this design, depending on the shape. You could have it be like a little necklace or a little, just whatever, a ring. 4, 5. And then 1, too, because I'm trying to practice having a very relaxed hand because there's no reason for me to be death gripping everything. One, two, three, 4, and 5. How's the audio over here for y'all? Oh no, oh Kathy, she says I just kicked myself out of chat. Oh Kathy, I'm so sorry. Right, Samantha says I was thinking a necklace like what you have done. Well, that would just be super cool. Do you already have the wire for it? Because you could go as thin as 20 gauge, you could go 16 gauge, or really you'd have to go with, well, for the cores, it doesn't fit through the bead at all. So you can use as thick or as thin as you want. I think thicker is better because it holds its shape, but really the 18 gauge does a pretty good job. Oh, thank you guys for letting me know about the audio. It's the weaving wire that you'll want to make sure that 2 thicknesses of it can fit through the bead hole, like how we had done. And so that being said, I'm actually going to take that out. I think I'm going to dual stream to Kick for the last hour.
Okay.
Just to compare and see, like, how did we do on the TikTok? How did we do on the YouTube? How did we do on the dual stream? Just to, because I'm tired of not knowing what the correct way is. So by trying all 3 at the same time, I'm just going to go with my favorite. Okay. Is, unless there's like a glaring, like, this one's obviously the superior way. What do you think of that?
Sure.
Do you think people will be sick of getting all those notifications by the end of the day? Right on. And so, that's a little bumpy and weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, how many did we have around here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anika, thank you so much. It says, I will follow you over to Kick. Hey, Eric says, how did your sale at the show go? Economy affected. Eric, it was wild, but we had, let's see, this, I presume that you're talking, are you asking us about Anime St. Louis? Because it was the best year we have had yet, which, like, the past, 3 years have been the best year we have had yet. And so I keep bracing myself because it's like, this doesn't happen. There's going to be, a year that we do worse than what we did the year prior. We will not always as much as I would love that, we're not always going to be doing better than what we did the previous year. Just maybe I'm off my game, or maybe they don't have as many attendees, or maybe money is tight for folks. But we were very lucky this year, but very blessed. I think it also helps a whole lot that we always make sure that we have a lot of $5 items, because the tendency of folks is what I've noticed. Like, I am not a market research analyst or anything like that, but what I think I've noticed is somebody will spend $25 on getting 5 pairs of $5 earrings more often than what they will spend $25 on one piece of jewelry. So so by having, some $10 finger rings and a $5 pair of earrings, they might get 2 rings and an earring, and be like, I have gifts for 3 people now. And so we had a whole lot of a lot of it that affected it was my hand hurting and stuff. So I haven't been able to make the complex pieces. That's why I like taking chat breaks with y'all, is to take a break from wire wrapping and let my wrist and everything relax for a little bit. I don't have to power through this stuff. We can just chit chat for a little bit while I take a stretch break. Thank you, Kathy. It was really amazing, and we were counting on that success to get us through until our next vending event, because we are kind of down across the board on everything else. But that's the ebb and the flow of it. That's just kind of what happens. And this is not the first slow time we've ever been through. So it's just the show business, baby. But by having our simple rings, having our simple earrings, like where it's like a charm attached to an ear hook, low effort for my hands means I can charge less for it. Though we do always try to stick to lock your fingers together and pull and rotate. It will help your knuckles like this. That does feel good. What was I saying? If I spend $5 to make something, I have to sell it for at least 15 is like my rule. So if I spend $1, I have to at least spend or charge 3. And usually if I'm going to charge 3, I may as well charge 5. Pull apart like this. Ooh, that's nice too. Kathy says, yes, I found that to be very true. I have simple charm earrings, 6 each or 2 for 10. They fly off the display. Yup. Those are my bread and butter, the inexpensive stuff. But then we also sold quite a few pieces that were like $80 and up. So I'm a big fan of having a little bit of everything for everybody, because I can't imagine, I don't know, maybe I'm limited by my thinking, but I can't imagine somebody not buying some of our work specifically because I also have $5 earrings. Like, you know, like if that's the case, I'm like, I think that's more of a them problem than a me problem. But so I can have my $5 inexpensive easy stuff that Randy and I call it filler for in our booth. So it's like, because it's the stuff that's easy, we can make a bunch of it, and it typically sells pretty well, but it does not make us stand out. It's not what gets us into juried art shows and craft shows and different things. So that's why we always make our larger, more, you know, the stuff that I feel like has a little bit more of our art in it than the just charms on an ear hook. Which there's nothing wrong with just putting charms on an ear hook. That's what these earrings are, and I love these earrings. And they are just a wooden charm on an ear hook, and I absolutely love them. But we try to make sure that we have a balance between our price points, and that we have a balance between our styles too. So do you find separating your displays by cost rather than have it random is better, or question mark? I'm curious what to do to move more of my jewelry. People will look and like it, but my other stuff sells better. Gotcha. Kathy says I now have to work on my elegant stuff. Nice. Hey, Nicola. Oh, well, hey, Firmament, you are a magic woman. I'm a potato, but thank you for saying so. Hey, Soulstone, how can you make earrings for $5? I'll show you, Nicola. It makes my day when y'all ask questions. So we're going to begin by grabbing some beads. And my favorite way of making $5 earrings is to use plated alloy charms that I bought in bulk off of AliExpress, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to charge $5 for it. So we've got a tray of some different charms here that I think are very cute and pretty. And so here you can see we have these ones are a design that I really, really like. And so I'm just going to take, and then these triquetras. Hey, Wendy, do we need more triquetras in the earrings? Okay. So I'm gonna, I thought he had said something. 1, 2, I'm gonna pull out enough for 3 pairs of earrings. And then, these ones are so pretty too. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now also, this is the jewelry that if somebody wants to come through and be petty about me as an artist, this is the jewelry that they will notice and be like, blah, 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 like, nah, or whatever it is that they say. I can't hear them because haters suck. But, sorry, I'm being obnoxious. It's okay. And I'm going to pull out 3 of those charms. Ooh, I'm going to do some of these too. I mean, there's no reason not to. We need the inventory, I'm sure. Which, by the way, you guys, we are having a shop update of a lot of our handmade jewelry this Monday. So if you guys are in the mood to shop, be sure to keep an eye out for that, because we'll be having a shop update. And this is why I'm not allowed to use bead trays anymore, is because this has had these things on it for 6 months at least. Haters do suck. 100% they do. Okay, let's go ahead and get this camera flipped around. There we go. Sorry, I'm a thinking face. And I'm going to plug that in to make sure that, because haters can hate all they want. I want my bills paid. So, Mama's making $5 earrings. Oh, it's a pleasure. Like, I love getting to help y'all out, Nicola. The boilerplate stuff can pay for the gas, lodging, and booth fee. Yep. I don't know what boilerplate means, but I believe it. I get these from AliExpress, Stone Soul. A lot of the folks that, like, you're able to buy directly from the manufacturer some of the times. And so here, and this is where your creative freedom can go wild. I'm going to add a jump ring, and that's what sets mine apart from somebody else's, is you might use a different color or style of jump ring. So, bare minimum, y'all. That's I'm not breaking myself on $5 earrings. Okay, somebody set a timer. Hey Giovanna, how's it going? Yeah, Brooke says I hate how long those types of websites can take to ship though. Yeah, but I mean it's the only place I can find packs of 500 of like triquetras and stuff. So I'm gonna get myself ahead. I do these in bulk. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 designs. So I'm going to do one jump ring for each earring. And you could just attach them directly to the ear hook. Oh, these ones got like, this one has like 3 different, okay, we're gonna have to do a different design on this one because it's got those 3 little loops. I really want to do like some cute little chandelier earrings. So I'm going to take those off the board. Well, if Randy and I were making these together, sometimes we'll like take a day and just make like 100 pairs of earrings in this same concept. Ooh. Hot coffee. Now, you will also want, the key here is high quality surgical steel ear hooks. The last thing you want is for your cheap earrings to actually be cheap. I want something that's not going to tarnish. I enjoy the plated alloy because unless you leave it like in the elements, it holds up pretty well. Yeah, Giovanna says, I've noticed that the bigger the order from AliExpress, the quicker it arrives, at least in Italy. Yeah, a lot of the times if you spend like quite a bit with a seller, they'll like upgrade your shipping for free sometimes. I mean, it depends entirely on the seller, but it's something to keep in mind. The jump rings you made and sent me were the best ever. Oh, I'm so glad, Sam. We haven't shipped internationally in ages. Hey Lisa, how have you been? It has been a long time. So one of the reasons why I don't necessarily like to just connect directly to the ear hook, though sometimes it works perfect and sometimes it does not, is if there is a larger loop on your charm, then it's not going to dangle as freely. Is just my main, like, that's it. That's the only reason I have of why I like doing the jump ring. But we can totally come in here and I am going to put this jump ring on. But then we'll often run into what I feel like is a problem because I like for the earrings to lay in this orientation as opposed to in this orientation. Though you could do both, you could do either. So it's really just up to you. But if you're in the same spot with me that you wanted it laying this away, what we're going to do is we're going to be super fancy. And we're going to grab a second type of jump ring. If I can find it. Uh-oh, I'm not tall enough. Hey, Randy. Can you help me? I need that. Wow.
That?
Yeah. Thank you. Man, that 3 inches. Oops, sorry, bumping the camera. Okay, so here. Yeah. He grabs it like it was like not hard to reach at all. So these are some square cut stainless steel rings that I get from theringlord.com, and I really like them. They're very high quality. They are saw cut, which I think is ideal because let me show you. So I've opened it and I'm going to hook through our jump ring, and then I'm going to hook through our earring hook. And then each earring hook gets its own little rubber ear back because that's how we use them to, like, that's how we get them to stay in our display. But that is how I make a $5 earring. And I just love that the wire is square cut, so it flashes. It's got a beautiful little flash to it. So, and then I'll just make the other one to match it. You know, and I'll go through, and if there's like some flashing or something that needs touched up on the charm, I try to make it be as nice as it can be, because again, you don't want it irritating people's ears. You don't want it turning their skin green. You don't want it being I want to sell it inexpensively. I don't want it to be just cheap, crappy jewelry, so that's kind of what I'm always. Oh, so plated alloy is a key to the charms. Does that apply also to the chains? Stainless steel chains are my favorite, because an earring, the plated alloy charm here, is not actually going to be coming into very much contact with the skin of the person who's wearing it at all. So it's just going to be kind of like dangling there. So the plated alloy is the part that keeps it inexpensive to make. I prefer stainless steel, or plated iron is also good. I mean, I'll buy them if they're any of those things, but for necklace chains, I go with stainless steel. And actually, let me grab you something real quick. Okay, it took me a sec, but I found it. So this is one of our trays of chains, and we don't have a whole lot left right now, but I ordered these from Panda Hall. And these are all stainless steel chains, and I have not been disappointed in anything that I got from Panda Hall in this batch. Like, everything that they said was stainless steel actually turned out to be stainless steel. So this is like a snake chain, a stainless steel snake chain, and we got extender chain that we added to all of the necklaces. And those came in like a pack of like 500 for very, very affordable. And they had that cute little counterweight on them. So that was the only work that we did on all of these necklace chains. But they're stainless steel, and this way we have, some options for folks to choose from. But I especially like this spiral chain that's machine woven. So nobody, they're not taking advantage of chainmail weavers. But it's a spiral chain, and it's stainless steel, and we're able to sell these for like $5 a piece because we were able to get them in bulk. And then they're stainless steel, so it's not like they're sitting here oxidizing or rusting together. So that's what I do for chains. Looking for chains, love Panda Hall. Yes. Hey Jean. Jean says, I received a pair of earrings, was supposed to be silver, looked so much like silver, and about 2 minutes in, my ears started burning. Oh, goodness. Hey, Hannah, how's it going? Okay, I'm actually going to flip the camera around so we can... How much were they? I think they boiled down to being... I can look them up. Let me look up and see, because it's just on Panda Hall. Nicholas says, I need all the help I can get. For 10 years of making jewelry, this is a complete catastrophe. Oh, no. Well, I mean, That's kind of how things just go sometimes. But as long as we're always trying to do our best and improve, we'll get there. Wherever it is that we're going, we'll get there. So let's see. So I'm going to Panda Hall and I'm just searching. I'm going to search the stainless steel snake chain, which, oh, and I'll need to specify necklace. So 6 pieces. Oh, this is not the same one. I wonder, oh, I don't remember what my sign-in is. Okay. Now I should just be able to see what I had purchased in the past. Okay, so we had gotten, yeah, it's a 304 stainless steel snake chain necklace with lobster clasp. It's the 17.3 inch 1.2 millimeter chain. We got 20 of them for $783. Now we placed this order a year ago, almost a year ago exactly. So I do not know if that is the same price, but let me click and see. This page is, oh, view current item details. Okay. Oh my god. They're $493 right now, so they're like half off. Add to cart. I'll have to go through and do some shopping a little later. Oh, what about shipping? Shipping time. It has free shipping. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm looking for a downside and I don't see one. So yeah, so that's what I get. Can we have a link? Yes! It's gonna be super long. Okay, so that's the link, you guys. Did that come through? Gotcha. Pinky says most stuff is free. Gotta have like 12 kilograms. Gotcha. And it might be different to different regions and stuff. I don't know, but you'll be able to figure that out through Panda Hall. But also, I don't think I've ever paid more than $20 in shipping to them, even whenever I get like a couple $100 order where with like a lot of charms and a lot of like some of their like cut gemstones and stuff. Is it raining? Huh. Oh, the coffee is so good. Cheers, you guys. Clink. Okay, Jean says, please send me a link. Okay, but I think, what's up, Jean? Panda Hall is good shipping at the moment if you order quite a bit. Gotcha. Hey, Jen, how are you doing today? So I guess I'm going to keep making all of these earrings with you guys. So, because here's one of them, and that's how we store them, just kind of stuck together like this. Like one ear hook's put through the other one. I prefer tea. Right on, to each their own. As long as we're not trading cups, I don't mind. But yeah, so we're just going to attach that small jump ring. And I'm using an 18 gauge 1/8 inch bright aluminum from Chainmail Joe. Not a coffee drinker, back at you with my green tea. More for me. And then I'm going to leave, just for the sake of having a broad range of prices in my booth, I'm going to save these last 2 charms for we're going to make a little wire wrapped link. That way, you know, not everything in our booth is looking exactly the same. I have a cart, but I think they're trying to charge a lot of shipping. Well, maybe is there something in your cart that is not like qualified for good shipping. Like sometimes if there's like a very big product or something, that might be something to watch out for. I think that must be the dryer that I'm hearing. But yeah, so then we just do that square cut stainless steel ring again. So there's that. My last order took 6 weeks, but I got caught up and gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, go for it, Jean. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. No, it's all small goodies. Yeah, I'd call and be like, excusez-moi. No, I probably never call folks. I just suck it up and pay the extra shipping, but just because Randy and I shipping our own stuff, we're always like, that's just how much it costs us to ship it. I'm sorry. So my stuff didn't have shipping discount, but it wasn't that bad. Gotcha. Yeah, I always, I never pay attention to all the speculation that goes on. This is not our first wave of it's complicated to order stuff from, like, we've been in business since 2008. We've been on roller coasters before. So I refuse to panic or get riled up or anything like that. And, you know, if we just go without, if that's what it comes down to. Like, I'll go back to making jewelry out of freaking acorns and stuff again. Oh, I don't know, Jean. Did you select, like, an expedited shipping option or something? So I'm just hooking that same size of jump ring through. Kathy says 1 minute 50 seconds for 1 pairs of earrings while chatting. Oh my God, Kathy, thank you so much for keeping track, because I was not. But yeah, so that's how I'm able to charge $5 for a pair of earrings. And honestly, they're our biggest profit margin. And they give me a nice, easy day of crafting. I love making them. It gives us so many, like, there's so many cool charms and stuff. And I thought it'd be really cool if I, like, drew some Celtic knots or something, or did, like, some lost wax casting, and ordered some charms based off of my own sculptures. Ah, gotcha, Anika. Yeah, I didn't know if there'd be different based on the regions. Nicola says, love the way you keep them both together, too. Yeah, if we had, like, earring cards, I'd put them on earring cards, but we have a round rotating display that is not conducive to hanging an earring card from it. So some of these ear hooks have a little tight of a loop there. So I'm just going to set them off to the side because they'll do fine on a smaller jump ring. But I want there to be, I always want, whenever I'm going through a loop, for there to be more than enough room for the jewelry to move and wiggle freely, because that's how you end up with, like, earrings that are stuck at an odd angle or something, is somewhere along the line a loop is a little too tight. But yeah, just threading it through. You would if you paid $35 and 2 weeks later and $40. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Jean. Totally thinking about another order. I'm sure it's better now. Oh, gotcha. You could add a bead in the middle. Exactly, and that's what I'm going to be doing on the, I picked out enough charms to do 3 pairs. And so 2 of the pairs are just the basic $5, and then one of the third pair is going to have a bead link. And those ones we charge, depending on the bead, anywhere from $6 to $8. Brooke. Just going through right there. And also, if you're doing the wire wrapped link, you probably don't even need to use the jump ring. So Brooke says, good thing I market tomorrow. Oh, I'm excited. Is there anywhere like where's your Burnt Boast? Where are you vending at, Brooke? If you feel like sharing, if you don't want to tell folks because people on the internet are weird, I completely understand that. Not us though. We're not weird at all. Jen says, "Is Panda Hall a fun charm shop?" They have a lot of cool charms and stuff as well. I specifically use them for chain more than anything. Just because they've got everything on their website, so I get really overwhelmed. Um, but they're my when I want chain, I go to Panda Hall. I used to go to the Ring Lord, but it turns out I think the Ring Lord just orders theirs from Panda Hall, or at least they both have the same manufacturer. I'm worried about giving exact locations, but it's only a few minutes for me, so it's very nice, not a long travel at all. Well, that's very good. So there's those ones. And then we're going to do these two, which these ones I think we can just attach directly to the earring loop instead of doing a charm, just to, again, to mix it up. I don't have any reason other than I like being able to deviate from the plan. Just because it feels more like play that way. If I just let myself craft in a way that's like, oh, I'm going to do this now. It's like, why? That wasn't the plan. It's like, because I want to do this now. Like, to not have to have a reason why is really nice. And it definitely keeps our stuff looking varied. So that's good. But yeah, but these were also a good candidate for me because look at how nicely they not jingle, but so got wires from Panda Hall right on. And so that'll still have a nice movement. It's not adding too much additional length. And it is quick and as easy as that. Jean says, I've never won from you. It's time. Oh, really, Jean? I'm pretty sure there's been at least one giveaway.
Distinct memory of the last time she said that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was you had won. I think it was one of our craft along kits. It has been a while though. So be sure to have left a comment on this week's shop update video. Because we took a break from those for a while, but we're back at them. Did something happen to the Kick stream? There's no volume, but I hear you fine on YouTube. Oh, we're not streaming to Kick right this sec, are we? What we're doing here today, Trisella, is I'm experimenting with the vertical YouTube format to see if my brain is fried. Just to see how well it performs, if people get notified, if I like. It's really nice to only have to mess around with one camera, and I didn't have to do OBS and stuff. I was just able to do it right from my phone. Right on, Jean. I'm glad you remember. But yeah, so I'm not certain if we'll be streaming to Kick after this or dual streaming. Like, I think Brain Fart Vaughn, oh yeah, big time. My brain is soup. Today's a good day for just some easy charm earrings. Because it makes me feel like I'm being productive too. And we also do set like a minimum, usually like if we have a goal for inventory, we'll be like, okay, we want to make, let's just keep the math easy and say we want to make $1,000 worth of inventory because you can only sell what you have. And so we'll break it down and be like, well, we have, 10 weeks. Because, I needed like 5,000 fleur-de-lis, but they don't go bad. Gotcha. Yeah, Trisella says, okay, my email said both platforms, but only showed 2 minutes of no volume, so I jumped over here. That's it. That's what had happened. And it's because we were trying to stream to TikTok and Kick and YouTube, and it wasn't working for what we were trying to set up. So we were like, well, we'll just stream to TikTok. So we streamed to TikTok for just an hour, and then we came over here and we're trying the vertical YouTube setup. Trusella says, I feel much better now when I can't get the right words to come out of my mouth. Looks like I'm in good company. Dude, I'm in like chronic, probably clinical burnout at this point. Not to self-diagnose, but I'm pretty stressed. So I'm trying to cut myself some slack on if I'm not as sharp-witted as I would like to be, or if I'm, just whatever it is, it's just, I'm a little overstimulated. I'm gonna cut myself some slack if I can't get the words to come out on a dime. then I'm just gonna sit here and figure it out. Oh, congratulations, Jean. She says my granddaughter is gonna have a baby. You're gonna be a great grandma. Oh, that's so exciting. Brooke says, I swear everyone I watch has words or hard emote or something. I love it because it's true. It is very true. It is very true indeed. Hey, Enchanted Studios. How's it going? Giovanna says, I remember when you make a lot of things in live years ago. Yeah, was that one of our like craft alongs where people like purchased stuff? Because I was thinking about trying to do one of those again. But I'm worried that I wouldn't be able to keep up, but I don't want to let my fears stop me from doing anything, you know? So Kathy says, I watched a commercial on Facebook that promotes crafting as healing for one's mind and soul. Oh my gosh, I shared her link not for her craft kits, but for her message. Oh my gosh, that's pretty powerful stuff. When in doubt, craft it out. Thank you, Angelina. I washed it. Oh, school ended here today. Wow, Jean. Where do you get the earring wires? I got those off of Amazon. They're bead, well, apparently I pulled off some of the label. They're the ones that we have linked in just about all of our tutorials. They're stainless steel, bead Nova stainless steel, and they came with rubber earbacks too, which I love. So, okay, so we have those ones. I guess it's time to make some bead links, but give me just a moment to go convene with the Randy. Okay, I don't feel like messing around with OBS because before this stream we had like moved everything else around, so I don't even have the right cameras set up and stuff. So we're just gonna keep streaming here on YouTube until 6 p.m. So the Randy ambiguous, yes, and that'll just be what we do. So let's go ahead and find some beads. We are gonna be, well, let's see, we're gonna make 1, 2, 3. So we need 6 different beads, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start at the top, and I'm looking for some nice like 6mm. Ooh, should we? Well, I'm going to do this. Is a nice like Potomac pearl, so it's like a pearlized glass. And so that's going to be one. And I really like using these trays that our buddy Gavin had 3D printed. Let me go ahead and put the cap back on. But now I can just put just like that. So there's one pair of earrings, and then I'm going to move down a color. Ooh, oh, we're definitely going to have to do these. It's a nice like, this is like a 6mm faceted bicone. I want you all to be able to see the beads. So yeah, a 6mm faceted bicone for the next one. And then coming down a layer, that's just more orange. So we're going to pick one from the yellow bin. Just because I have such a tendency to not pick things from the yellow color scheme, it's not my favorite. Like, ooh, so here we have, oh, we could go with a pink coral, or, yeah, I'm going to go with this pink coral. That's kind of peachy. Now, something that we risk running into here is the same size of wire may not fit through all of these beads well for me. Ooh, and then here we have, this is a 6mm faceted moss agate. And whenever there's a bunch of different colors in a tube, I'll just pour out some and then pick the two that match each other the best. That way I'm not like going crazy trying to pick the two most perfect out of the whole, tube. Ooh, and then for a blue one, we're gonna go with, here we have like a blue and purple iridescent faceted bicone. It's not yellow, but it was from the yellow tray, so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only need one more. So something purple. Start wearing purple, wearing purple. Start wearing purple for me now. There we go. Y'all, if you're enjoying the stream, please do give it a thumbs up or tickle the like button or any of those things. It goes a long way in helping the algorithm to know that you want to see more of what we're doing around here. And so I just want to take a moment to tell y'all about what it is that we're doing around here. And that is every Monday we have a shop update video and like real short TikTok, as well as a live stream from 3 to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Tuesday we live stream as well. Thursdays we have a new tutorial. Friday and we live stream as well also. And then we also post like shorts on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So there's a whole lot going on here on the channel, and we really appreciate you guys. I'm sitting on my pants weird. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and get the camera flipped around, and we're gonna make some earrings. Lisa says my daughter has a better. Oh, Lisa, I hope the diagnosis is very helpful, because if we know what's ailing us, then we can, take steps to fix it, Do you have or tried to display your jewelry based on price? Right, I'm so sorry, Brooke. I had read that before and didn't, I completely got sidetracked. So we'll have our jewelry clustered by type and then sub-clustered by price within that. So it's like typically we might have all of the, like our stretchy bracelets. If we were to do them by price, which sometimes people just face roll them, so it's tricky. So we'd have like the $10 bracelets on the top bar, or the $10 on the front, the 15 in the middle, and the 20 and 25s on the top bar. And that way, it's there's the progression. Whereas, so, and then also with our earrings, typically the more expensive ones dangle at the bottom, just because typically if it's a bigger if it's more expensive, it's typically because it's bigger. And so that way, when it's hanging off the bottom of the earring display, it has the room to dangle. Whereas the ones a little higher up, it might be like overlapping. So it's not like a specific rule, but it's just like a correlation. But so much of the time, stuff will just get face rolled through. So we don't advertise to folks that everything on that bar is in that price range unless we know for a fact that it is. Okay, so I'm going to be using some 18 gauge if I can. I'd love to use some 18 gauge because the thicker the wire I can get away with means I'm not going to have to do a wrapped loop. Oh, Kathy says, I would love a stretchy bracelet kit. Right on. We'll keep that in mind. Did you happen to get the February kit? It was a stretchy scale mail bracelet. Okay, these aren't going to fit on the 18 gauge. Neither are these. Well, poop. Neither are those. These ones will. Let me double check both because sometimes it's an anomaly. In today's episode of Will It Fit? And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thread these onto the spool. And then, oh yeah. I love it when the beads fit. Because now we're going to work off the spool, is what I call it. And this, I think, has the least amount of wasted wire of all the different methods that I've used for making links. Wow. Good luck to y'all, Lisa. And so I'm just going to take that, and I've got that little notch marked in my pliers, which is usually where I start my loops, and then we'll scooch that down. Is it still nice and crispy for you guys? Okay, and I usually give myself about a centimeter to make a loop. Gotcha. Kathy says I didn't. The look of the scale mail didn't appeal to me. That's fair. We may have to do another stretchy bracelet that's just rings and rubber. Like another stretchy kit. Like sans the scale mail. And then we just bring that around. And there's one little loop. Awesome. Very good. That's good to know. So there's that little faceted bead. And then I do like to just give it a little boop to make sure it's flat because my flush cutters are just flat on one side. And I usually are just twice the width of my bent nose pliers. Like that's the point of reference that I use for how large I'm making a loop. But yeah, so this way, other than that little bit, and we don't have to do it that way. I do like to do the bend first, that way I can then measure kind of a little truer of what wire we'll be able to use for the loop. Gotcha, Kathy. She says, yes, I would buy that kit. I would like to try the technique out before ordering a bunch of supplies. Okay. Now, can I ask y'all, how are you liking this live stream format in comparison to what we've been doing on Kick? Because we were thinking about it, and other than a few of our new friends, everybody over on Kick had followed us over there from here on YouTube. And while I still really enjoy our Kick live streams, you know, I want to do what's most helpful to y'all and what y'all enjoy the best, you know? So, and also I'm really curious to see if the replay value of, like, if folks who are missing the live stream but who are watching it after the fact, which there's quite a few of y'all. So hey, everybody who's watching this, you know, in the future, I appreciate you. But I don't know if the vertical format live stream will get viewed very much at all. Ah, Kathy says, I like the format where I can see your face along with the crafting. Okay. Brooke says, I prefer Kick only because it is so similar to Twitch and that's what I've used the most. YouTube is fine, but the limit to text is not my favorite. Gotcha. It seems too crunchy. Oh, Jean says she likes YouTube. It seems too crunchy. My preference is YouTube. Right on. I'm usually on Kick, but the vertical seems really narrow. It does. Too much going on. Oh, okay, on Kick, which brings you more money. Honestly, right now, Kick, as crazy as that sounds, because we very rarely have more than like 40 viewers at a time over at Kick. And then we don't have any videos or anything, but you know, and so whereas I think we may start I wish I knew what the answer was, you know, because it seems to be hurting the YouTube channel to do live stream as much as what we have been, because not everybody wants to sit through a 4 hour live stream on the rewatch. And so, since it's not like, I wonder if that's being tricky with the algorithm, you know? Like, so I don't know what the right answer is. So I'm just going to keep trying different things. And I don't mean to jerk y'all around, because, you know, I want our time together with crafting to be peaceful and fun and invigorating, not, oh Lord, what platform are we on today? Yeah, same, Nicola. I really, really want it to work on YouTube. Like, and I've been having some like brand loyalty breakup problems with, like, you know, YouTube just hasn't been doing what we need it to do, which is just to notify people. And I kind of wish there were a way to remove subscribers who just aren't subscribed to the channel, or rather, that didn't make any sense, who don't watch anymore, like inactive subscribers, or, you know, just to try to get an accurate measure of, you know, how many of the people, just an accurate measure. You also have to make tutorials for YouTube as well. Oh, I do. And we will continue, regardless of what we choose to do with our live streaming. I will still be continuing with our Monday shop update and giveaway videos, as well as our shorts that we post every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and our Thursday tutorials. Hey, Anne, how's it going? Pinky says, I like YouTube. You disappeared from my stream for a while, so I stalked you. Right on, Pinky. Gotcha. And see, Gene, I wonder if, because we're streaming in a vertical format, if YouTube has a preference to that, you know, or the algorithm or whatever it is. Like, I don't know what it is. I just want to do, I'm a hard worker. I just want to make sure I'm not, you know, pushing into a wall that I could just go around and have an easier time. Like, I want my effort to be allocated into the correct course so that we can, you know, make some motherfucking money. Basically. I like the Kick format as well, but I think I'm going to make some changes to how we have things laid out on Kick for the streaming. And so we'll just kind of, because if we stream to just Kick, I don't need to have the chat on the screen, which clears up a whole lot of space. That's one less thing going on. And so we could just have basically like the crafting screen would be like wide. 2/3 of the screen would be the crafting, and 1/3 of the screen would be my talking head. Wow. Giovanna says, I also didn't get notified when you were live before. I had to look for you. Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. You know, I don't get notified on a lot of the people that I know. I've rung their bell. I've done everything, you know, that I'm aware of to get notified by these people that I like to watch their videos, and I still don't get notified. Oh, Kathy says, have you considered double flush cutters? How much time and effort do you think it might save you? And wire supply? Um, hmm. I don't know. I haven't considered them too much, because I'm going to take a wrapping break. Just because my shoulder's hurting me, y'all. Like, I don't, it's probably this bra, because I'm not going to lie. I think it looks really cute on me, but it kills my shoulders, like specifically, like right there on the shoulder cap. Yeah, if we go that route, but we may still stream to YouTube on Fridays in the vertical. Like, you know, but then just have our Monday and Tuesday live streams be on Kick. Like, I don't know what the correct route is yet. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to baby step our way in and figure out what works and what doesn't, and we'll be fine tuning it. So I'm not going to be able to have the right answer overnight, because I don't want to just decide, well, this is what we're going to do, and then keep belligerently doing it, like stubbornly out of, you know, this is the plan, so we got to do it. Because, like, sometimes I'll do that. I'll be like, this is what I planned, so I'm going to give it 6 months. And it's like, no, if I do something for like 3 streams and it's not getting the results that I want, or it's too complicated, or like anything like that I can't anticipate, then I'm going to try something else, because that seems reasonable. So You're gonna have to wait for the after party for that, Jean. Which we don't have an after party today. But yeah, so with these loops, what we're gonna do is we're gonna open that link. Did I answer your question? Oh, hey Lita, I'm doing really well. Um, would it help the algorithms if those of us on Kick also logged in on YouTube? Maybe mute one, but make it look like more of us were on YouTube. I don't know if that would help or not, and honestly, I don't do what, Randy?
1,000% yes, that would help.
Randy says 1,000% yes, that would help. But also, like, I don't want our it is. I got a big old melon head, Eric. I don't want our numbers to be artificially inflated. Like, I want to have an accurate perception of. I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that is okay. But I just want accurate data. So, but now we've got a little moss agate attached to our charm there. I've been watching quilting lately, so I think that is why. Right on. I can't change screen orientation, can't see chat other than one line. My phone is on strike. Oh no, Anne. Hey Dee Dee, how's it going? Lisa says, I got notifications, but I was busy driving the bus. Yeah, job first. I understand that. May I quickly post 2 long chats? I have a suggestion, but don't want to clog up chat without asking first. Go, Brooke, go. You are my cup of tea. Oh. Okay, easy to do. I could just jump back and forth so it wouldn't really be artificial. Right on. Eric says, I would rather watch you than the news lately. Look, a distraction. Yeah, no, that's pure escapism. Welcome to the craft room. We leave everything else outside. In here, it's just beads and kitties and all sorts of stuff. Oh, hey Katrina, she says, I know I generally watch you live on Kick, but I watch the replays on YouTube since you should get revenue from the ads that way. We should. It's just, I don't know. Brooke says, I don't know how Kick works, but if it's similar to Twitch, you can usually transfer the VODs to a YouTube channel pretty easily. I've seen multiple YouTubers/streamers have a totally separate channel to upload their past streams so people can watch them if they miss it, but it doesn't clog up their main YouTube channel and it seems to work well for them. That may be the route that we go, because I think if I had never been to my YouTube channel before and I didn't know what to look for, there is so much stuff, just videos and live streams, and there is so much content on our YouTube page, and I don't even know where to begin to get it organized and to get it looking like something that makes sense to somebody who's not like already familiar with, you know, what's going on. Like, I'd like it to be very clear. This is where our wire wrapping stuff is. This is the order we would recommend you watch it in. And I'd started to put something together like that on our website, just embedding the YouTube videos, but having them be like in a order instead of just like, here you go. And I got like 6 videos in and was like, this is so much work. And that was like 2 years ago. So maybe we'll see. Upload the past streams so people can watch them if they miss it. But yes, you're not a cup of tea. You're a yummy cup of bean juice. Oh, actually, my favorite coffee has a chai bag in it. So it's coffee and tea. It's like the perfect fusion. Ads aren't so bad as long as I'm not missing part of the conversation. Gotcha. Giovanna says, I'm old and I don't know Kick. Same. Like, same. Should get revenue being the operative word. Yep. Don't forget to hit the thumbs to boost fun. Oh, thank you, Dee Dee. Oh, though I am going to say, I know I complain about YouTube so much, but I just like to bitch and moan about things. But YouTube made a change on the YouTube studio part that I'm like so thrilled about. And that is, I can now filter comments to, like, whenever I go in and I'm going to be like answering comments, it'll show me ones that haven't been responded to. And that way, but if I reply to it and then somebody replies back, I used to have to dig and dig, and I don't know if that was just my own shortcoming that I didn't really know. It's probably that. But now I can filter it to where it's new replies as well. So if y'all are getting replies from me from messages from like 8 months ago, It's because I'm finally getting caught up on messages and YouTube's showing me, where I can actually have conversations with you guys. And I have to say, I probably rely on the internet too much for my social life, but it's been really wonderful to get to have conversations with you guys and like actual, like, sort of real time interactions. Um, Maybe 8 years ago, right? Anne says that colored top really suits you. It pops. Well, thank you. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I'm a little sad because it's starting to get worn out. There's like a big old hole by the tag. I should sew it up, but once one hole shows up in these Muda tie dyes, uh, others are not far behind. So Eric says I'm too old and YouTube is like a high maintenance girl. Oh no. I don't even know what that means. I'm so low maintenance, you have to get me to not eat stuff that I found in the driveway. So, I don't know, maybe that's extra high maintenance. All this while I thought I was being chill, and Randy's like, "What's in your mouth?" So, oh, really, Pinky? Well, I appreciate the crap out of you. Brooke says, "Oh, I saw I got one from a while ago in a Monster vlog." I was like, "Oh, I forgot I posted that comment." Yup, nope, that's me being like happily answering comments. I bitch and moan about my back. I guess it's been a while since I did, and Curtis had the nerve to ask me what's the matter with it. Oh goodness, the older the shirt, the softer it is. Yep. I just want to say you are so beautiful, both inside and out. Oh, Susan, thank you so much. It's all the lighting, and I'm wearing makeup, but I'm actually a grumpy dumpling. But thank you, though. That's very sweet of you to say. I see you on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Thank you for all the wire wrapping and beading advice. Oh, well, hey, Enchanted. Thank you so much for being here. So I think I've had enough of a break for my hands. I'm going to go ahead and get the camera flipped back around, and I'm going to show you guys how we get these links attached to the charms. And then we're going to get back to work on that wire wrapped from like an hour ago that we had started on, that I don't even know where. There it is. Okay, I found it. And I got it. Get flipped around, and then I'm gonna go plug it back in. We have the crock pot going. We're having like Santa Fe roast. It's like a basically taco seasoning and salsa with like beans and corn and a chuck roast. But I'm really excited. No, we can't see you. Behold the beads. Oh, thank you, Jean. It's getting a little messy. I'm thinking about rearranging some stuff. Because, like, this big old window is, like, right behind me, and Ember loves looking out it, but I love looking out it too. But I'm usually sitting here, like, crafting. But, it's just, I want to look out the window and see the birds and stuff too. So I kind of want to, I don't wear makeup and wear t-shirts that are over 10 years old. Nice. Sounds like heartburn. Oh, we had tacos for supper. I got 2 of those hair extension things. No idea to hat at the end without looking like a weirdo. Yours look deliberately fabulous. Oh, thank you, Anne. I'll have to do a video of how I put them in, because they're just those long dreads that we make out of felted wool. And so there's no loop or anything, and I just braid it in kind of messy. But they've got, I put some of Sam Dog's fur in with them, so it's probably kind of odd that I have my dead dog's fur in my hair. But by golly, it's a coping mechanism, okay? Kathy says my table is right in front of my window. Right? I envy that. But I don't know if I could move my computer over there, and I don't know if I could do what I do with streaming without my computer. So it's, we'll figure it out. Okay, so here, to get the correct orientation, like it just so that the ear hooks lay in the way that I want it to, I'm just going to turn this like that, so that the loops are a little perpendicular to each other. And the nice thing about these triquetras, or one of the many nice things about them, is there is no right or wrong side, so it doesn't really matter which side I have facing up as I attach the ear hook. Oh, my house reminds you of the 70s. Was a lot of like just about all of our furniture is upcycled. We did buy the couch new, but then we put a blanket over it because we're gross. Like the first time I like sat on it and left like a, I guess I'd been out in the garden, so I had like dirt and stuff all over my butt and didn't realize it. And I came in and I sat on the couch and was like, I'm why I can't have nice things. So we've got a couple of layers of blankets on it. So Kick does have a guide to download your VOD, but it's more complicated than Twitch, sadly. But I do know that on OBS, you can, if you have disk space on your computer, record and stream at the same time. So that would be a lot easier than you can just upload the recording you have. Right on. I think what we would end up doing, Brooke, is we would have like a, craft along with Vaughn channel that's just all the VODs from live streaming. Um, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And it also, bye Lisa, thanks for hanging out. We might also just let them fade into the ether and live only in our memories. Cause like I'm not gonna lie, the time that I wore my microphone to the bathroom on accident, I'm really glad that I don't have a VOD of that. So it gets to live just in our memories. All Vaughn, all day, all hours. Ah! No, that's an overdose. I think I was still barely a twinkle in my parents' eyes during Woodstock. So yeah, I just close that little loop, and I like.
So our way around that is we just still stream to Kick and whatever YouTube channel you're going to put your calls in.
Oh yeah.
And then we just don't do the YouTube chat. So nobody should see, like anybody chatting
Uh huh.
during the YouTube part,
Yeah.
they're out of luck. They should come to Kick.
Gotcha. I was being creative, said Kathy. No, I was born in '88. I'm a wee baby. Just a baby. No, I am like ancient in my heart, but that's okay. I'm still having fun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And these ones we would charge anywhere from like $6 to $8. I don't know. I usually let Randy decide. Wow, Giovanna. I will say I have several of your live streams saved in my private playlist due to like a project or design you did. Have I remembered to go back to them? No, but still. Gotcha. Now, on something that we can do on Kick that I don't think we've been taking advantage of is something called clipping. And I'll have to figure out how the viewers can make a clip of something. That way, if there is a project or a moment that you're like, oh my God, she's upside down in the hammock again, you can capture a clip of it. And then it's like having a little, this one's crafting music. I see clip. Oh, gotcha. Hey, baby. You letting that dog out? You gonna pet that dog? Wait, the gate's not open, is it? Not that free. Every time you say you are old and then say you're born in a year after I graduated high school, I sprout another gray hair. Oh, Amy, I don't mean to stress you. But I do know what you mean. Like I get that whenever I'm around my nieces. Oh no, I did it backwards. I love gray hair. I need a whole head of it. Then I will dye it purple. Ooh, nice. That looks so sharp, by the way. Like the gray with like purple highlights. Oh, it's beautiful. So unlike those other triquetras, these ones do have a right and wrong side. So I do want to pay attention to have the flat back of it facing towards the back. There we go. And so there is this, and let's see. Hey Randy, should we charge 6 or 8 for these?
I would do 10.
You would do 10?
Oh, those ones?
Or any of these 3?
Yeah, the crutches would be 10.
These would be 10?
Yeah.
Ah, then we should do this one for 10 as well. Normally, I'd have done these at 8, but I trust Randy's judgment because stuff sells. To bump it up to 10, I would have added like some smaller beads on either end or perhaps a bead cap. But I also have to remind myself I can't keep charging the same thing that I charged back in 2008. Just running business is more expensive than it used to be. But so there's those. So let's, and then we'd do these ones for 5. And it almost feels dishonest because it is such a minimal difference between the ring and the bead, but people will pay it. And a whole lot of the entire value of diamonds is based off of what people are willing to pay for it. I mean, unless it's like a diamond like tile cutting saw blade, in which case, there's a utilitarian function and stuff. So it's like so much of jewelry is perceived value and stuff. And so it's like we don't always have to be pricing stuff as absolutely cheap as possible. We can price some of it at absolutely as cheap as possible. But if our customers perceive that to be worth $10 to them, well, I'm going to sell it for $10. so so it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Where'd the other one go? 30. So that's $60 worth of inventory. And then I'm only going to be selling these for like 20 or 25 for the pair. Like this is where I am flawed, I think. But we'll figure it out. So I'm hucking those into the done bucket. If it speaks to someone, they will find a way to buy it. Exactly. But I figure I don't need to be competing with Claire's and Walmart and Hot Topic and stuff, or or Temu. I don't need to be trying to compete with the cheapest of the cheap. I think if I go with the strategy of just carrying a varied price point, pricing as honestly as I can, but I did not need those. This is why I keep never having these colors in stock. Alright, tidying up. Oh, Giovanna says I would sell the weaved at 35. Well, maybe I need to raise my prices on my woven stuff. Right on, Nicola. Oh, Brooke says someone next to me when Vending event was a Temu seller, and I was like, sigh. Which there's a time and a place for that. And that's a big part of why we started making tutorials, is because how is a customer supposed to recognize quality if they aren't entirely certain what they're looking at? And so a lot of our job as artisans is to also educate our customers on, this is why it's high quality. This is why this one is a little bit more than that one. And I figure so long as I'm transparent about it, if somebody ever confronts us in the booth and they're like, why is this one this much more than that one? And be like, because that's what we've sold some of them for. And so, if people will pay it, I've got bills, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's not like we're selling like groceries or something, it's like You'll survive if you walk away not buying something from my booth. I won't, but you'll be fine. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna go 1, 2 around both. And I'm just gonna split these just a little bit. Nicholas says my weaved earrings are between 25 and 30 depending on the gemstone. That sounds like a good price point. This is why I have a spreadsheet for my pricing so I can't undercharge. I also specialize in oak with small batch as well as factor and wholesale, so my prices are significantly higher. Right on. And I think there's room in the market for everybody. Right on. Keep doing good says you're covering the exact topics I had questions about. Well, is there anything that you'd like us to elaborate on more, or keep asking questions, y'all. That's my dream live stream, is getting to just answer questions and be helpful to y'all as much as I possibly can. That helps me to feel like I ended the week on a high note. And honestly, it helps me to feel like I'm being successful without having to have made any sales. And I kind of need, like, I need a win. So it means a lot to me that y'all are here hanging out and you being so chatty and stuff with me. I really appreciate y'all. So, and that's, I've been, oh, well, thank you. Keep doing good. But, I've been spending a lot of time in the garden because it helps me to feel like I'm accomplishing something without having to spend any money. Thank you, honey. Just because I'm kind of on a involuntary no spend in the garden. Though I do think we might go and get some tomato seedlings whenever we go to the feed store. Just if they have any tomato plants left, I think I might get some. And that'll have been the only thing that we bought for the garden so far this year, but that's okay. Wow, Eric says I had somebody get mad because I made something similar to what they made. Folks are going to lay an egg. Like, if they're going to get upset, they're going to get upset, but I'm sorry to hear that happened. But it's like, I see that happen in so many different communities, like with, any crafty community, any, artistic forum. There's people getting their feelings really deeply hurt because somebody else did a basic, what's it called? Stitching and purling and knitting. Like, they made the same scarf from the same pattern. And it's like, okay. I'm not saying a person should never be upset, but it's also like, I mean, I didn't invent earrings. I didn't invent wire. I didn't invent beads. But, I don't know. I could probably say something about how it demonstrates a lack of creative maturity or blah, blah, blah. But it's, I've gotten my feelings hurt too, so I'm not going to throw any stones. Yeah, getting butt hurt. Just pick a very specific demographic to cater to. Right on. Wait, what? Jean says, or because my hair is a crappy color? What are you talking about? Oh, it's my pleasure, Pinky. Thank you. I've been looking at them all day. Ooh. Oh, you got your kit today. Oh, Lita, I'm so glad to hear that. Target market and ideal customer type is a really big deal. To be honest, as handmade sellers, we have a totally different target customer than Walmart. Like, best thing you can do is not cater to everyone and just pick a very specific demographic. Yeah. Quilters are quite chilled. That's why I love them. All right on. Well, that's always good to hear. And it's honestly the only time I ever see it is online. Except that one lady at that one convention who was the bitch ass who, pardon my language, but like, she came over and like her and her friend were like looking at our jewelry, which it was like a little starflower design of like the 5 beads, and I felt tickled because I'd figured out how to get it to look like a star on both sides. And she and her friend were like whispering at each other and like looking, and already I'm like, because I don't do well with like social interaction in general. Like, I think that's why I like vending so much, is because there's an expected NPC dialogue that I can participate in where I'm like, hello, blah, 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 blah. And then they'll either be like, or they'll say customary things like, that's pretty. and then we'll get to talk about it. And so it's a great like icebreaker. But whenever it's just like humans gathered without a table in between us, I'm like, does anybody here craft? Like, so, but so I didn't know how to handle her and her friend being like catty is how I felt like they were being. And I know I can get into my own head. So I was like, but then they came over again and like looked at it and like checked the price. And so she was like in the booth, like not across from us, but like across and over some. Uh, and she was making them where they were not as good. Like her pokey ends were sticking out, like and charging twice as much, and like actively down talking our booth to the people at her booth, which I'm like, well, that's not emotionally mature as a creative person or blah blah blah. But no, and so I was like, well, if she's gonna be a bitch ass, then I'm gonna do a tutorial and show people how to at least make it correctly. And yeah, but I don't know. It was also a different year that she was yelling at the organizer because there was like the convention was doing like a field trip thing. And I'm not just being vague on purpose, as I'm forgetting the names of stuff, but we were among some of the vendors who had signed up to be set up during the early hours of a Friday, like way before the convention was open, but to have people there selling to the kids and demonstrating stuff. Like we were demonstrating our chainmail. But we were set up, and she was laying a freaking egg, yelling at the organizer that us being there had it was like killing her business. And it's like I'm sorry, but like it I hate that for her, but it's not. It's just, what do you even do? Like I don't know, but all that got accomplished was her raising a fuss with the organizer like that. Like, I feel like the correct way to have handled it would have been to have spoken to him, like he had an office area that you could go and like talk to him privately and be like, look, if you're going to do this, you need to jury it to make sure that you don't have multiple people selling, similar product lines. Like, there's ways to have productive conversations that aren't showing your ass in the middle of the dealer's room floor in front of a bunch of fifth graders. Like, no, just because we were there at all. But at this point, I think we didn't like each other. Yeah. Katrina says, "Oh, I'd for sure hex a bitch. I don't play nice. No, I never ever because people make their own beds. Like enchanted. Why can't you call yourself some other stuff? Like call yourself what you want. Oh, I missed something. I get told that I can't be a silversmith, so now I call myself a jeweler. What? What? Oh, well, thank you, Anna. 11 charm anklets. Oh, Lita, you're doing so good. Oh, walk in the rain. I love that. She says, you did not invent wire. You whisper it. That's like such a big compliment. Hey, Michelle, how's it going? But I don't know. I feel like it's been over a decade, so I feel like I can talk about that now. But I don't know what to do for, but we started in craft shows, where it's every other booth is jewelry. Like actually it's more than just every other. You've got like just about every booth is jewelry except for a random like sock maker or soap seller or somebody, maybe doing candles or something if it's a big enough fair. But more often than not, like we got real used to the first 2 years on the road. We were never the only jewelry vendor. We were one of like 100 jewelry vendors. Ooh, at a friend's house chilling. Nice. He says, one time my daughter and I did a raffle on an item and picked a winner at the end of the festival. Took their name and phone number, called the winner. We made $100 off that raffle. Wow. That's wild, Dee Dee. Ooh, Kate says, do you draw out your designs before you try crafting it? Kate, let me show you, because sometimes I do. So we've got like our little folder here, which sometimes I'll draw out some different designs. And then there's those earrings. But yeah, so it's if I've got some different, I do like to write them down if I can. So, and I started keeping a little bit of a work journal. This is actually very similar to this design, and we had done a steampunk necklace, but I had done this design prior. But it's a little bit, my niece's ancestors will never find their eccentric great great aunts like mad scientist journals if I never write them. So be the change you want to see. But yeah, so and then there's that one, and I do like to put a date on them. Yeah, this one was an idea from First Man Jewelry video talking about pricing and how we can flesh out a good asking price. So yeah, and then there's an owl. So sometimes I do, yeah. And then ideas for fairy houses and different. So yeah, yeah. It's been a minute since I have, but also not to complain, but I'm a little burnt out, like creatively, just in general. Like it's been, I'm trying to keep up. I'm doing okay, but like, you know, life throws curveballs and you got to keep up. Bless you, baby. And so these are the times whenever I'll draw on things that I write down, because sometimes I'll write them down because I don't have the time to craft them out. Yeah, it's the starflower pattern. I think it was like the first or second tutorial we ever made back in like 2012. No, yeah, oh yeah, I'm totally burnt out. Well, I'll work hard all day, every day, whenever I feel like there's a return on our effort. But just I think social media makes me mentally ill. Like just in general. And so I'll take a break from it, and then I'll be feeling better, and then I'll get back to it, and then before I know it, I'm back into this like anxiety ridden, work obsessed, dark downward spiral of comparison and inadequacy. Um and then it's like, well, I can't stop being on social media because we've put in all this work and stuff, and we can't keep not taking breaks and getting knocked back to what feels like square one. So I'm just dealing with it. It's okay. Oh, I love socializing. I just hate having to do all the like I wish I didn't have to hold my phone all day because my hand hurts. That's probably the biggest thing that has been burning me out this time round is being in pain. I don't know how to handle being in this much pain all the time with my tailbone and my hand and my shoulder. Yeah, comparison is the thief of joy for sure. And normally I'm resilient enough that I can, take the high road and not, go slip down one of those dark slides of comparison or of feeling inadequate or, just stressing in general. But whenever I'm in pain, um, my mental defenses are severely weakened, if that makes sense. Like, and I know I'll get better and more resilient, and I'm doing things to, that's why we take chat breaks and stuff so I can give my hand a break. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's a matter of, we stumble on the things that are currently difficult for us until we're strong enough to bear them. And now we have new challenges to stumble through. And so yeah, Kate, I'm actually using a stand-up desk. In fact, it's a wonderful opportunity to go ahead and raise the desk up. Like, I don't know if you can see, but like, there's the desk raising. You can kind of see it just moving up. I love that we got an electric one. Oh, thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Ooh, loud noises. And so now I can stand again. But then like my knees and ankles will hurt from standing up, and I'm just a mess. But I'm doing steps to get better. It's super cool. It was a huge quality of life upgrade. Because a big part of why I'm hurting so bad is because I am doing things that I need to do that I know that will build strength and resilience over time, but I'm just super sore from doing them, you know. Kathy says, I suggest that you ice your hand regularly. I think that's a good idea. I should get more ice packs. I've got like one reusable ice pack and then like a face mask, and so I'll like swap them out. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, they just don't look very even, but that's okay. She's just moving the camera. No, I'm standing now, I promise. Bodega says, I have to deal with chronic pain as well. I know that that can cause burnout and frustrations. Yeah. Bags of frozen corn. Oh, that's a good idea. Walk. Oh, Jean says, I broke my tailbone and it has been part of my back pain. Yeah, I started doing this tailbone relief yoga that is just like a 10-minute long video, but it's short enough that I have no excuse to not fit it in. I mean, except for I haven't done it in like a week, but that was really, really helping me um, to provide relief. And then I've got a heating pad that I like to sleep on, and the standing desk has helped. And I'm finding out which chairs I have that exacerbate it. I don't like peas, says Walk in the Rain. Honestly, I'll look and see which one is the cheapest, because whenever it gets to where it's been like defrosted and it's a little bit weird, I think I'll just give it to the chickens. I think they would love that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you, baby. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Whoop. Tried ginger tea with cinnamon, cloves, turmeric, and honey. It helped me walk again when I hurt my knee. Okay, that sounds delicious. Can I put those things into coffee, or does the coffee like counterbalance it? But yeah, so it's just a fresh set. It was like some yoga for my tailbone. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm going to do this one significantly shorter because this is actually going to be going around a crystal instead of being earrings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Donut pillow. My sister used one after my nephew was born. Tailbone broke during birth. Oh, goodness. Maybe, honestly, standing more has helped tremendously. But it's like I'm standing more, and I'm also doing like my baby steps and my train with Joan, and like so I'm putting myself through a pretty rigorous, for me, pretty rigorous increased activity. And I just need to give myself some time off, but I've been chasing this feeling of feeling like I'm worthy and productive, and that if I work hard enough, maybe if I work hard enough, we'll be successful, and that we can, so it's, I don't know, I'm just, I'm burning my candle at both ends, and I see myself doing it, but I'm unable to stop it this time. Aw, hey Sandra. Aw, hey Laura, how's it going? Max says, he was a big baby. Oh, wow. I'm just spiraling this in. And Randy, he keeps up, and he's doing so much and doing so well at it. But I try to not stress him out, but it stresses him, I think, whenever I'm all like this. What would you tell one of us if we were feeling the way you are? That's a really good question. And I kind of hate you for it because it's that I should take a break. No, I don't even know, because it's like they just raised our house insurance by like $100 a month, so I don't know. Like, I can't stop. But I'm going to keep trying different things because that makes me feel invigorated. It makes me feel inspired and eager and motivated to be here. Like trying the stream differently. Like already we've got about double the the viewers of what we do whenever we're in a horizontal consistently through the entire stream. So I do want to take a moment to thank you guys for being here, because you 100% make a really big difference for us. So thank you guys. But even when you can't quit, try something different. We have walk. It's what we've run into is our house was built in 1905, and the majority of the house still runs on knob and tube electrical. And so State Farm won't insure us. Like, we had to go with like a local place. And so keep on keeping on. Exactly. But like I had said in, I think, our TikTok stream, it's the best worst time I've ever had. All the same, don't overdo as you will burn out. Noted. I've been watching you for about 4 years and learned a lot. Oh, well, that's good to hear, Sandra. I'm glad to have been helpful to you. Is there something in particular, like, do you have a favorite craft? Are you a wire wrapper? Do you work with polymer clay? So I'm going to shape this around our ring mandrel again. I made a slightly smaller spiral, which I actually kind of really like, the smaller spiral, but that's just me. Yeah, Katrina says, unfortunately, with all the natural disasters, home insurance has gone up across the board. Yeah, and we've been having so much flooding here. And like a pestilence of groundhogs. Never surrender says, I don't do anything. I just love watching you and your art. Well, I appreciate the heck out of you. That is perfectly all right. Oh, I shouldn't have snipped. Well, look at how cute that is. Like, that is so, oh, I love it. Wire wrapper. Nice. Mine is the Mad Rush before the market we have on tomorrow, and another on Friday the 13th. Oh, that's cool. But like, how cool is that? Like, if we did a 2-part ring where like the first part, this is the second part, and the first part, just pretend that it's like ring shaped with me for a moment. All right, that looks ridiculous. But do you see what I mean? But then you'd still be able to bend your knuckle. Like, that looks so like, and then if we had like belly dancey hands, like la 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 la. Aw, thank you, Laura. It's just been one thing after another for like a few years. It'll be okay. Do, 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 do. Ah! Keep doing good. Says my first video of yours was one where you swung your project over your head to wrap the wire. And I thought that was wild. Yeah, I remember that video. That was a lot of fun. And so now we get this, like, I don't know, I just love the look of this. It looks like Atlantis. Like, in my head, this is how an Atlantean, you know, that kind of, it almost looks like a high-tech organic, I don't know, I love it. Okay. And this is the same component, you guys. So there's all sorts of different ways. I'm actually opening those up just a little bit more. There's all sorts of different ways that if you can take an earrings strung together are just a bracelet. You know, an earring made larger is a pendant. You know, or just a pendant you made too, now you got earrings. We could take these and put them on either side of a necklace. Like, boom, jewelry. So, and that might be our homework for this week. If any of y'all have been craving a creative challenge, I challenge y'all to take a design that you usually use for like maybe a ring or, you know, something, and try making an earring version of it, or taking a bracelet and making a necklace version, or, well, I guess the crystal doesn't like need to be in there. And then if you want, you can post it to our Facebook page or email me or, tag me on Instagram or the TikTok or something. Just to see like so much of creating like anything really, but so much of wire wrapping specifically is very creative problem solving. Um, so we did 3 or 4 wraps around like that. Ooh, Sandra says, I bought a ring mandrel just lately, so I need to stop working outside and make a ring. Oh, I don't know. It's been so nice, the weather here, that I've been like, I'm gonna stop crafting and go outside. But all things in their season, and if it calls to you, we owe it to ourselves to follow it, I think. Instead of call of the wild, it's call of the wire. Making sure no pokey bits. And then I'm just coming down and then wrap 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, in California, very hot. Yeah, go on and inside and craft. And so now that we've tightened or wrapped that, I'm just going to coil these in a little tighter. And now we'll get to decide which part of the... Oh, I like that face of the crystal forward. And so now I find myself wondering, triple digits soon. Hey, Propool, how's it going? He says, I hope everyone is staying safe and dry. It's been stormy and so much rain and tornadoes. Oh, I don't think we've gotten any of the tornadoes, but lots of rain. How are y'all doing? Ah, Laura says, as a bead weaver, sizing up earrings to make them into a pendant, humongous bead bill. I've done one earring design as 86 different color combinations and 27 matching pendants in the works. Hoo-wee. Enchanted said, challenge. Ooh, I'm going to do that. Wow, Kathy says, same in Kansas Pro, scary days and nights. You should work outside. I had used the oxygen yesterday because it was 90 degrees. Oh my gosh. Well, I've been doing 30 minutes to 30 on and what I mean, like those of y'all who are familiar with the Vonster vlog channel, the 30th 30, I was doing it where like we would I'd post a 30-minute video every day. This time I'm getting 30 minutes of video every day, but I'm editing it into like a 2-hour long. But it's a whole like feature length freaking film about that 30 for 30 challenge. And this one that we're doing, I'm on like day 5 and I'm already hurting and tired, but really enjoying being in the garden. Like I think I'm having such a hard time right now, like emotionally and with my mental health, because I'm on the cusp of pushing through into like next level resilient Vaughn. Like I'm ready for my next character arc, like 100%. So I'm more than happy to trudge through whatever I gotta trudge through to get this freaking ring to Mordor so I can go home to the Shire. Like it's kind of like, sometimes bearing through the burdens in our life with grace and grit helps us develop character or something. But I think I have enough character, but I don't know. Today is day 5 and I spent 30 minutes cutting back the forsythia by the driveway. So like we're getting in our outside time. But we got 3 inches rain this morning, more storms tonight going to hit us and you. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you, Pro. I just love that. Oh my God. But now, how do we could, but it's going to be real messy, is my fear, put UV resin in and among up on the top of that. We could use glow in the dark polymer clay to like kind of bunch in between it, but then do like sculpting. Oh, that's what I want to do. Okay. They're saying glue. I don't know that I don't have a glue that would work well for this. Like I don't have any E6000. I don't have a 2-part DevCon. I've got UV resin, but it's not sunny right now. Aw, thank you, Laura. Oh, I just love that though, because then we can do like this off either side. And I bet we could put this around a cabochon too. Eek. Don't you have a lamp? It's buried behind a very conveniently off-screen pile of crap. It's buried. It's like behind. It's like it had X-ray vision. It's right through there, down. I'm not doing that right now. I had to get in behind that pile yesterday, and oh, I sounded like somebody's like dad working on a car, like just cussing, like because I moved one thing and all my freaking hula hoops fell on me, and then I tried to put those back, and all the I'm the source of all of my problems, and then all the other like a gourd hit me, like I was, so I don't blame you. One brilliant idea: use as a component for a fairy garden lamp. Yes. Gorgeous lady, your candid honesty is refreshing, inspiring. The struggle is real. Well, thank you for showing up to my You're My Therapist session, because I can't afford therapy, so I live stream and just tell my best favorite strangers on the internet. But thank you. Oh no, yeah, I was in a state. So we're 10 minutes over when we were supposed to stop the live stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a real short TikTok showing what I do with the polymer clay on this, or oh god, yeah, diagnose me, please. Anything that'll help. Like tell me what I need to do. Somebody fix me, please. But whether I get the TikTok of it or not, we'll be doing a tutorial. If I can figure out how to get this to work in a way that I think is replicable, and then I will 100% make a tutorial for you guys. Laura says I can't afford therapy because I spent it all on beads. What's this therapy? I support this message. We are the craziest out there. That's all. I feel like you'll understand me though. Oh, Jean says, wish I could think of something to cheer you. Jean, just y'all being here hanging out with me has helped me so much to just kind of get out of my own head. Thank you for letting me be helpful to you. I love getting to be part of y'all's lives and hearing about how you're going to be a great grandma. Like, y'all just being here has already, like, y'all help more than you know. Thank you. So, that being said, Walk in the Rain says, enjoy your weekend, bring on the crystals, right? We have a shop update of a lot of our handmade jewelry on Monday. Be sure to check out that video because we'll be announcing the giveaway winner, and you can leave a comment on it to get next week's giveaway. Y'all are the first to get a sneaky peeky. Can you guess what's in the box? Just smells like cardboard, but oh, Kate, I'm so glad to hear that. Do you do your own dreads? I do. I had made these out of wool, and they have, it's probably odd, but they have my Sam Dog's fur in them, and probably Callie's and Ember's and Z's as well, but I deliberately put Sam's in there. Yeah, Jean says my little baby is having a baby, but I don't know, I do like, it's a little bit of a meditation when I put them in, and it keeps me like in the habit of taking care of myself when otherwise I might neglect, like, because I'm a little like trash gremlin, and I'll just be like hissing like a possum. But yeah, we actually have a video showing how we make them because it's all like felted wool. I don't at this time make any to sell, but Mama's got bills to pay. So there's actually, I don't think I could make them any better or any more affordable than Dreads Forest in Germany. Like you can get like, well, it was years ago, but I recommend checking out wool dreadlocks on Etsy to be able to find good suppliers of high quality. They have some that you can add in as like extensions to natural locks. They have some that you can braid in. I use the double-ended that don't have a loop. Laura says, do you need any fiber? I need to destash. I don't, but I'm also a hoarder. All right. I will see y'all. We're live streaming on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday again. We have new tutorials every Thursday. You can always find out more at backtoearthcreations.com. Leave a comment or send us an email if you need any help with anything. Again, y'all give me purpose. So thank you for being here. Mwah. Happy crafting. We'll see y'all next time. Okay. How do I close a live stream on the phone? It's not hoarding. Oh my God. How do I... If I click that, that's just gonna... Nope. Oh, mercy. Does anybody know how to end a live stream? Do I click? What does that do? Nope, that's the chat filter. Have I only been seeing... Oh my God, you guys. I have only had it on top comments. How do I back out of this? Okay. Oh no, I did... I'm sorry. If I missed y'all's comments or anything, I'm so sorry. There's an X on the screen. I'm gonna touch it. Goodbye. Fairly well. Oh, that's how we stop. Okay.